Hello and welcome to Floristry Market. My name is Greg and this is
Emma
from
Lily and B.
Hello everybody and hello Emma.
Hello.
Right, we've got some things on here now, haven't we? I can see we've got some artificials. We've also got some fresh
Yes.
flowers.
So I grew these ones. So
Oh.
I wanted to show you some dahlias.
Okay.
So they've had a real resurgence again in the last maybe like 6 years. So that everyone used to consider them to be really, really old fashioned. But they grow really, really well in the UK. They come in all different like shapes and sizes. So you can see like
I really like them. Like
the pom-pom ones.
Yeah, they're really cute.
And they come in so many lovely, gorgeous different colours. They are quite robust. They're really popular for weddings now.
Okay.
They got a bit of a rep of. I've been a florist since 1989. And I think it's probably only in the last 6 years I've seen them going into bridal bouquets and stuff like that.
Wow.
So they were always a bit of a granny flower in the garden, and now people really appreciate them for what they are.
Okay.
Probably one of my favourites. So I wanted to show you some of the different types. So you've got like these great big like plate-like dahlias.
Yeah.
Then you've got more like of a daisy one.
So when are these in season? Are these in season now?
So these are in season now, so very much weather dependent. So they come into season. I grew these and they started kind of really flowering from maybe like mid-July.
Okay.
And then they will go all the way through until we get our first frost.
Okay.
And then as soon as we get the first frost, that is it, they're over.
So we're in mid-August now, by the way.
So we're mid-August now. So this is more of, we quite often do a conditioning tips one, which I will show you, but it's very basic. But it's more for florists or clients that are looking to have them maybe for a wedding or something else. That you have to have that flower product knowledge.
Yeah.
So you can't be promising, the thing with dahlias is you can't be promising that somebody could have them 100% for like the beginning of the November or December, because obviously depending where you are as well in the country, once you get the frost gets them, they go black and it's literally overnight, that's it, they're gone.
So what do you do in that situation as a florist? If you have a client that says, no, I absolutely want those, do you just say, you can't guarantee it?
You have to be honest.
Yeah.
So it's a bit like the peony season. So when the peonies come in, we used to be able to say they were going to come in mid-May. You'd be able to get them like towards the end of June. But because of the weather, they change as well. So again, with you just can't. You just have to say, I do my very best. I can't control the weather. But what I would do, if I couldn't, I would sort of say, like you guys have got a fantastic like faux selection.
I wasn't trying to pitch towards that.
No, I know you weren't.
I was thinking, well, what's the alternative?
But what you could do is, I mean, this isn't the one. You've got a beautiful cafe au lait dahlia outside. So what I would say is you could mix in. So, like for instance, I've had a couple of brides and they particularly wanted forget-me-nots and they weren't in season. So I would say, well, if you really, really want them, why don't you have everything else in the bouquet fresh, and then we pop the faux ones in there. And I mean, they're really realistic anyway.
They are.
But they look. When you put them in, you mix them in with the fresh flowers.
Yeah.
You wouldn't necessarily know.
Yeah.
And that would be like the only way I would 100% guarantee it. I mean, you can pretty much, you're hoping if you've got like August, September, you're not going to get frost.
So somebody did want all fresh, so a bride wants all fresh, but she definitely wants those. Would you work out a backup?
Yeah, 100%. So you would give them options, and it might be that it's a similar size flower, it might have a similar texture, it might be a similar colour, but it's better to be honest and transparent, because there's nothing worse than that kind of you can't deliver what you've promised. So it's better to manage people's expectations and have that difficult conversation at the beginning, rather than just being like, yes, we can, blah, blah. And that is where your flower knowledge really comes into play, because if you don't know these things and you just look it up in a book and it says dahlia season and it will say from like, mid-July through to, I don't know, middle of November, and you've looked in that book and you just think, well, that's fine, it says in the book. But that's when you have to know like all those other things, like frost will kill them, and then that's it, it's all over. So that is where, particularly when you're training, if you're doing the City and Guilds course, there is a whole unit on learning. Not only do you have to learn the flowers, like Latin names and the English names, you do also need to know their seasonalities and any specific things that are unique to that. So like dahlias, it would be, this is their season. Because otherwise you can, it's like anything, isn't it? There's like reading the knowledge, but actually knowing the knowledge.
I like the idea of blending them. So fresh with
so fresh
artificial.
in with the artificial. And also it does mean that like some people can have an element of keeping things. So yeah, and also like not everybody can have fresh flowers. So you will have people that are allergic, people that suffer with hay fever. I've had quite a lot where the couples are going abroad to get married, so they want to take the flowers, so they pack them and they take them with their hand luggage. So yeah, I mean, I love fresh flowers. However, you know, it's not for everybody, or you might want to add those in. So with the dahlias, they are just, you've got lots of different varieties. There are so many. There's so many gorgeous, gorgeous colours. And then you just want to snip them. Make sure that your water is really, really clean. Container's clean. If you wouldn't drink it, don't expect your flowers to. Okay. And then just cut them and put them in. So I did grow these. So when I'm cutting them, and if I'm cutting them from a cutting patch, if you are somebody who wants to start growing flowers, I'm just going to take any excess foliage off of there, and is to have a bucket filled so that you can literally cut them straight from the field or patch or whatever, straight into your bucket, so that they're hydrated all the time. Cut them first thing in the morning, or cut them, or cut them, you know, at dusk. Don't cut them in the middle of the day. And you can see they've got quite a hollow stem. They drink up quite a lot of water, but I just like all the different varieties and colours and shapes that they come in, like the pom-poms and so that's dahlias. So I think what I'm trying to say is, although you want to learn, that people are very what's the word? Can't think of the word. They're get very hung up on learning like the Latin name. It's like, okay, what is the name? But actually equally important is understanding seasonality and any special requirements that flower needs, so that you're not selling somebody something that you can't necessarily produce.
Perfect. Well, Emma, thank you for that little insight. That was really good.
Oh, I just thought of something else.
Oh, just thought of something else, everybody.
Sorry, it's in the name. So I call them dahlias. They should be called dahlias. But my daughter, who is 20, has jumped on this trend and she started calling them dahlias.
Oh, dahlias, okay.
So a lot of people would be like dahlias, but
dahlias,
it's
darling.
dahlias.
Dahlias,
darling. But yeah, I just thought I'd check. They are dahlias.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry.
For that. There's going to be some comments now, isn't
I know.
Anyway, Emma, thank you so much. If you've got any questions, put them down in the comments on Facebook or on YouTube. Give us a follow, give us a subscribe. From myself and Emma, see you next time.
Bye.